Welcome back. And if you're stopping by for the first time, welcome to a space where we talk about choosing peace, finding joy, and living life with intention. Today, we're talking about the road to achieving your personal fitness goals, the discipline, the setbacks, the mental battle, and the daily choices we make that take us from where we are to where we want to be. We'll talk about that gap between intention and action and the power of nutrition and self-care, what it looks like to keep going when things get really hard. Because the most meaningful changes sometimes happen when we choose growth over comfort and we don't give up on ourselves.
It's the Don't Be a Miserable Cow podcast with your host, Lisa Marshall.
Today's guest is Stacie Amanna, and what I love about her story is that it's such a real example of what can happen when you stop waiting for the perfect moment and just start showing up for yourself. Stacie is a fitness coach and nutrition strategist who specializes in guiding women through fat loss, muscle building, and maintaining real life balance. And recently, she stepped onto a bodybuilding stage for the very first time. It started with a decision to stop waiting and start making small choices every day that supported the life that she wanted. Wait till you hear what happened. Hi, Stacie.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited you're here for so many reasons. First, because I can't wait to learn about your journey, because I know so little and I'm purposely not talking to you about it. And I know that the audience is going to want to hear about your secret sauce of persistence, determination, self-talk, and how you got to where you got on that stage. Because it's not all about the physical aspect. It's the mental challenge.
99%.
So thank you so much for being here and sharing your incredible story with everyone.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be
Yay.
with you.
Let's start before the beginning. Tell me about your relationship with nutrition and health and exercise before you started your journey.
Well, that journey started later in adolescence, around 14, 15 years old. I remember always being present for my mom, who was constantly on the yo-yo diet, the Weight Watchers, the Slim Fast, going to Walmart, picking out the cans. Do you remember those cans?
I drank them.
Yes, and you still see them today on the market. And I'm just like, this is such a hoax. Now, when I see those things, I'm like, this is not real. This is all a lie. It's all a gimmick. But that's where the journey of the body really started for me. And I think it's when most women, we become conscious of what we look like. We size ourselves up compared to society. Back then, we read 17 magazine, Glamour magazine, and Allure.
Cosmopolitan.
Yes, that was a big one. Now, 24/7, it's in our face of what we're supposed to look like, how we're supposed to dress, what our body is supposed to look like. And it's mostly a facade.
And some of it is AI. It's not even real.
Is AI now. It's terrifying. My children will show me, Mom, do you think this is real or fake? I'm like, I have no idea. I have no idea anymore. But it started long, long ago as a child. I'm watching her battle years and years and years, an unhealthy relationship with food. Fast forward, I went to college. I developed a bacteria that ate away at my intestines. I was very sick. I had to move home during a semester. I lost like 25, 30 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
And I wasn't a big person to start with.
My
body rejected the traditional pharmaceutical route. I went and saw a nutritionist. And that's where I was like, this is healing. Food is healing. Because that's when my body began to heal, was when I nourished it with the right nutrients. Probiotics, that's a whole other deeper topic. But that's when I learned the power of food. And it was transforming.
I was not expecting that to be your answer. So you've always been on a nutrition journey.
Since 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is rare. I was absolutely, in that Slim Fast, high protein bar, just meal replacement, all of that. I can't wait to get into the nutrition nutrition part with you. So,
and I spiraled in all of that too. Don't get me wrong, because I went through the shame and binge fest and then shame cycle for years, all through college. It was very, very toxic, and did the whole bar thing and then restrict. And so it's been 23 years in the making to get to a place now where I can walk on a stage and say, hey, like, I did that after having 3 kids. Like, that, I did this, but I have to be healthy and here to get there, because prep can be so toxic.
I can't wait to get into all of that.
You let it.
I think many people want to do something. They have intention to do something, not as grand as stepping on a stage, in a bodybuilding contest, but even starting to be healthier, not sitting down with a bag of chips on the couch.
Right.
They have the intention, but there's this gap. They can't get there. They're standing at the starting line and they don't know how to get there. What helped you to start when you decided to take this journey into bodybuilding?
I love a goal. Do you like a goal?
I love a goal. Yes.
I love a goal. And if I have a goal and I've said it out loud and I've written it, it's done in my mind. And whenever we write our goals out, we're much more capable of achieving them.
Yep.
And that was all it was, is I needed something new to fixate on, to push me to a new level if I was going to grow a new level of me.
But where did the idea come from in the first place? Like, not everybody just says, okay, I'm just going to train for, forever and just get on a stage and be a bodybuilder now.
That's a very good point. I think years of friends saying, are you going to do it? Like, you look the part, let's just do it. You work out all the time. But I didn't have the stage lean. I was fit, but I wasn't stage lean. And I think it was so many years, friends just saying, when are you going to do it? You've talked about it for 15 years. I was like, okay, you're right. I've talked about it forever.
So what was that point? What was the turning point that you said, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make that my goal?
We came back from my little sister's wedding in Georgia in October, and I had reached out to a coach, and she made me feel confident that I could do it and I had what it took, and I believed her, and I just signed up before I really knew what I was getting myself into. So once you sign the dotted line and then you pay,
you're accountable. You're accountable to yourself.
Yeah.
Because nobody is going to do this for you.
And I put the word out there. So once you put the word out there.
Oh, God. And you know what? Sometimes that can be detrimental, telling people our goals, because sometimes people don't have the most positive feedback.
Yeah.
Did you experience that?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
And it's isolating sometimes to start something new.
Right. And I don't think people understand the pain and agony that you went through in the private moments. Tell us a little bit about that.
I don't want to cause any bad habits for people, because you go to bed hungry. Like, you're restricting calories. Some people need 45 minutes of cardio 5 days a week, plus strength training 5 days a week on a limited amount of macros that are specific for your body. I'm not going to tell you what mine were specifically, because it would be different for somebody who had more muscle or who had less muscle. But knowing that it's okay to say no and just go to sleep when your belly is telling you psychologically you should be feeding yourself. When you go to the fridge and you're just aimlessly searching and you can't find anything, and then you walk out and you go back, that's emotional hunger. Because if you were really truly physically hungry, you would just eat. You would eat yogurt or you would eat whatever's there.
Yeah.
The emotional hunger is what you have to learn to turn off. And the emotional hunger is present for all of us. That's what I think I initially learned to turn off.
Wow.
Which is very difficult.
So getting back to somebody standing on the starting line and they just want to get started, but they can't, what would you tell them?
I would say the same thing if they wanted to start a podcast, or if they wanted to start a business, or they wanted to tell themselves for the first time in their life they were worthy of losing 50 pounds.
Yeah.
And that's that you're worthy. You're worthy of anything, and knowing your worth and not caring what anybody thinks.
That's right.
The naysayers will still be there, even if you succeed and even if you fail, right?
You're absolutely right. And oftentimes I've learned that sometimes you just keep your mouth shut about a goal, because you have to believe in yourself. And I don't need any I don't need any negative input to change my confidence of whether or not I can do it. I want to clear something up right now. And that is, if people are using an excuse not to start something because they're too busy, let's talk about your busy life, right? Because you achieved this goal and you have a full-time job. You've got 3 children and you're also a fitness coach. So you managed to squeeze in the time to make your body look like it does and transform your body. Was it overwhelming, the schedule? Tell us about the schedule.
I don't want to make anybody feel like they have to ever do this type of level of commitment because it was overwhelming. I work 9 hours a day usually in my full-time job right now. But I would get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I would go in the morning for an hour and a half. And then I would go again in the evening for 45 minutes for 4 months straight. And make sure my children had meals and the house was fed. The biggest blessing I had in my life over the last 6 months was we hired a cleaning lady. And
it is good.
I always used to tell myself, oh, that's for lazy people. It's for busy people. And she was the biggest blessing, and I love her. And that took a little bit of burden off of me because I stayed home with the kids for 12 years too. So I know what it is to manage a full-time house and keep it clean and fed and everybody's alive and well. To also running another business, because I have a background in bridal business too for 12 years. So to be busy is productive as well.
Agreed.
And to not be paralyzed by the amount of stuff that you may have in front of you. Because that's paralyzing sometimes, right?
Yes.
The list.
What helped you to close that gap? Just setting the goal.
Goes back to knowing that you're worthy of what we had talked about before, that you're worthy. Like the time commitment, I was like, it's okay. I'm worthy of doing something for me now. It's okay.
How old are your children?
They are almost 11, 14, and 15.
So they're getting up there. They're not toddlers. They don't need complete supervision. No. They're becoming little independent humans. That's great.
And if they're going to need to eat, I don't need to be there for every meal. Like they can make tuna fish or make some fruit and yogurt, and they're not going to starve.
Yes.
So
exactly.
I felt like I had time at this point where they are.
You wrote about choosing growth over comfort. Tell me about that.
It's very uncomfortable, especially towards the end when you're really depleted and your body is getting really lean and you want to just rest and you want to just sleep because you're tired. And it's just honestly, Lisa, just going through the motions sometimes. That's growth, is just getting up and going through the motions, doing what you said you're going to do, even though you hate it. Like, because there would be times I'm sitting there doing a bicep curl and I'm like, I just truly don't want to be here right now. My tendons hurt, my body's tired, and I want to go to bed and I want to eat some carbohydrates. But it's self-talk. It's what am I telling myself? What's the story I'm telling myself over and over and over? I've made this commitment. Am I going to fail all of social media that knows I'm prepping for this fitness competition? My coach, who's expecting me to check in every 4 days and send her pictures of what my body's doing. And that's what I expect with my clients is I want check-in photos because that's the tale. That's the story.
That's the report card.
That's the story.
So you are a fitness coach, but you hired a coach for this journey. And I was shocked to just recently find out that your coach was virtual. So tell me how that works.
I have never met her. Her name is Tori. She's with Tuttle Nutrition, and I think she lives in North Carolina. I honestly don't
Doesn't really matter, right?
Every communication that we've had has been through email or virtual. And you don't need to have somebody physically in your presence to motivate you. You just need somebody to believe in you and to be your next step. But there's not a thing in life that somebody doesn't need a coach for. We all need a mentor. We all need a coach. And it doesn't matter how successful you are. You could be an 8-figure business owner. I bet you they have a multi-million-dollar coach.
Yes. We need encouragement.
Yes.
Yes.
So you don't give up.
Right. How did you find her?
searching, asking over and over. I reached out to lots of people. I checked out people's profiles, and I had to align with the character and the integrity of what I was seeing. Because there's a lot of fluff out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fake. I think that we're just living such a fake society these days. And she was real with me because I binged after my shows. After my first show, I went crazy 3 times, and I'm prepping right now for another one in 2 weeks. I can't be doing that emotional game.
What did she do for you? If you could pinpoint one thing, the best thing that she did for you to keep you on track?
She was my compass. She just kept me aligned. Where am I going next? This is what you're going to do next. This is the next move. It's like the game of chess for life, right? We set up our stability and our finances and our fitness and our health. What is the next chess piece move that gets you towards your goal, whether it be your body, your health?
Did you learn from her for your own business?
The power of somebody being virtual, I learned that.
Yeah.
Timing, which is huge, because I want to have a vast reach of helping women know their worth and that they're important enough to prep their own meals, to take time for their nutrition and their fitness. But that can be all done through virtual coaching. It doesn't have to be in person. They don't need to be hiring a personal trainer 5 days a week at the gym.
Right.
They really don't.
Right. What were some of the early habits, the first habits that you started towards this journey? And the second part of the question is, probably the first part of the question actually, is how long from the time you said, yep, I'm doing this, until you stepped foot on the stage? What was that time frame?
Oh, the day that I signed the contract with Tori, that was October 28th.
Okay.
And my first show was February 22nd.
Oh my gosh.
It was a good 4 or 5 months.
I assumed it was much longer.
No, but that was my birthday was in there. Christmas was in there. New Year's was in there.
Oh, no cake for you.
It was very difficult to prep during the holidays.
Wow.
But I've always loved fitness and nutrition. So for the last 20 years, even until the day I was in the hospital pushing out a baby, I was at the gym the day before. It was always, I knew it was a drug for me if I needed to stay off drugs, basically.
I get that.
All the antidepressants that are available, the gym was that for me.
It does lift your mood. It absolutely does. On the days that I don't feel like doing it, I do it anyway, and I've always said when I try to get Jonathan to go for a hike and he doesn't want to go for a hike because he wants to be, in front of his computer, you never regret going, but you sometimes regret not going.
100%.
Yeah.
Even if it's a walk.
Yes. The fresh air, doing something to move your body. My body feels better moving than sedentary for sure.
And with everything that you've gone through, you know the power and importance of physical movement and nourishing your body and how healing it can be. When you're in high cortisol, high stress states, your body can't function if you're not nourishing it.
During my caregiving days, I literally could not take care of both of us. And someone just saw a picture of me and said, "Oh my gosh, chubby Lisa." And I was like, yeah, I didn't have the bandwidth or the time.
Survival mode.
It's exactly what it was.
Your cortisol was through the roof too, which doesn't allow your body to ever do anything healthy.
No. And, I was just putting whatever, oh, you're hungry? Let me just eat some cardboard right now. It was like, there was no nutrition. There was just survival. Right. But let's talk about, did you have a moment where you felt profoundly sure that, oh my gosh, this is going to happen? Or did you feel that all along?
I wanted to quit quite a few times. So no, I didn't know it was going to happen. I wanted to stop. I ended up actually in the hospital one day from work because my electrolytes were so low and I was just, like I was telling you, the cortisol, like I was stressed at work. It's a lot on your body.
Sure.
And you have to be prepared that if you're not nourishing it appropriately, and when you're making all your own meals and nothing has salt in it because it's all homemade, the amount of salt that I needed to consume, I wasn't aware because I've never not like normally we'll just eat frozen chicken, or you get a meal out and it's completely covered in salt. But when you have no salt in anything, because you're prepping your own sweet potatoes and your own hamburger and your own chicken, my body desired and needed salt in an exorbitant amount that I didn't even know.
How did you, on the days that you felt like you wanted to quit, how did you rebound?
I went to bed. I'd just go to bed. I'd finish my day. I'd follow my plan. It's laid out for me. We all have a plan for anything in life that we're trying to accomplish. We have written goals, or we have some type of structure. Yeah. I would look at it, finish my day, and I'd go to bed. Tomorrow's a new day. When you wake up.
And it would reset you.
It would reset you.
Wow.
Right? Like, and you're in your healing journey. Some days are easier than others.
Yeah.
When you go to bed, you feel different when you wake up. Sometimes you don't feel better when you wake up. Sometimes you feel really crappy.
It is true. It is a big reset. Oftentimes, I may be, I'm still grieving. I'll be grieving for the rest of my life, even though I've been a widow for over 4 years.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm sad when I go to bed, but I'm happy when I wake up again. You're right. That's great advice.
And it's so silly. What? Go to bed. Some people don't sleep well. They're like, why would I go to bed? I sleep terrible.
Yeah.
That's a whole other topic.
I know. I know. And I was just thinking like, we should talk about that. But this podcast episode would be 2 hours.
Sometimes we eat too much at night, and then it accelerates our heart rate. And then that's a whole cycle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Along with wine, and that accelerates your heart rate and wakes you up. And oh, yeah. Back to nutrition. A lot of people feel overwhelmed about it.
There's a lot of information.
They think that things are nutritious when they're really not. They're not good for their bodies. So what's something really simple that you could share that everybody could institute right now to change their nutrition or improve their nutrition?
Yeah, there's so many fallacies out there about nutrition, and so many new gimmicks each day. Like, carbs are bad for you.
Yeah.
Eggs are bad for you. Don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
I couldn't live without coffee.
I couldn't live without eggs.
I couldn't live without eggs or carbs. Cheese. You need carbohydrates for your brain to function at full capacity. They're really important. And so I'll post items of food that I'm eating on a daily basis, even on prep, and it's a Dave's Killer English muffin with a little bit of peanut butter on it and some strawberries and then a side of eggs. And people are like, wait, you eat carbs?
Yeah.
Of course I eat carbs.
Yeah.
So if you're making your food, know that you're in like the green zone, which I would call. If it's in a package, it's probably not as good for you. Yeah. I was dead set on the protein bar packaged train for 10 years of my life, thinking, I'm eating something so sweet. This is so satisfying. But in reality, it's not really satisfying. So I'm not sitting down enjoying a whole meal and chewing each bite. It's a bar I'm eating in the car to sustain, so I don't starve.
Yes. And, I'm so busy. This is going to save me time. But that is so true. You can have an entire huge plate of good, nutritious food, and that takes you a long time to eat. You're chewing, you're tasting all these different flavors and textures in your mouth, and it takes a long time, and you're full, and you just nourished your body.
Right.
And that's beautiful. I love to eat. Don't you love to eat?
I love to eat.
Yes.
I'm a foodie at heart.
So what about the grocery store? I love to follow that rule of thumb, shop on the outside of the grocery store because, and the brighter the food, the better. Not the red, not the red dyes, but, the produce and just fish and protein and all of those foods are just so good for you.
100%. The perimeter is your friend. Unless beer is on the perimeter.
Well, yeah. So, of course, nutrition is part of your fitness coaching.
Absolutely.
It couldn't not be.
They go hand in hand.
You are so passionate about it. Like, you want to talk about it.
Yeah, nutrition is healing.
Yeah. Yeah.
The day after my show, that night, we went out to a steakhouse and I had 2 espresso martinis, a steak and dessert, and then I had another drink afterwards. I hadn't drank in 4 months. I was like, I'm just going to have my favorites. Lisa, when I woke up in the morning, my Oura ring not only told me that it hated me because my body was under severe distress, I felt like I had been poisoned.
Tell me physically, what did it feel like?
Not a hangover. I know what a hangover is, but I felt I was sweating, I was swollen, and I had a headache, and my heart was having these awful palpitations. My body, and I was like, I feel like I'm going to die right now. I felt poisoned.
What did you do?
I ate a healthy breakfast.
Drank a lot of water, probably.
I drank some
coffee.
Water with Evian water has all of the phosphates and potassium. So I drank Evian water and coffee, and then I had a really healthy breakfast.
And you started to feel better when?
Immediately after eating healthy food.
And then you said that earlier that you binged a couple more times after the show. So tell me about those times. And did your body have the same reaction?
It sure did. It was not
But you knew
happy.
it going into it.
I knew that if I eat this till I feel like I'm going to be sick, I'm going to really regret it. And I just couldn't stop. My brain was, it was on autopilot. And that's what a binge is. You're on emotional autopilot. You know that you're going to feel awful and you can't stop.
And it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the next day, I woke up, did my normal workout. I didn't punish myself with cardio. And I just had a lot of energy in the gym. It was great. So I used those calories.
Those words that you just chose are really powerful. I didn't punish myself with cardio. I know I am absolutely guilty of that. If I overeat and then get on that scale again, and it's up a half a pound, I'm punishing myself by, okay, now you have to get your ass down to the treadmill, or outside in the summer, and you're going to go do cardio.
I want you to know, and every other woman to know, that when we weigh ourselves after overeating, it's just glycogen in your muscles. Your body's just storing water from the foods and the salts. It's not real fat weight. Because for us to gain a pound of fat, you would have had to eat 3,500 calories. I was up 4 pounds the next day after the show from the dinner that I ate. There is no way I ate 14,000 calories.
So for someone who is a chronic weigher, I will tell you, I will admit it right now, I'm a chronic weigher. What advice would you have? Would you tell me to don't get on the scale the next day and just go back to normal healthy eating? What would you say to me?
So that's funny that you bring that up, because honestly, right now I'm a chronic weigher. I have to be for check-ins.
What is a chronic weigher to you? Maybe
every single day.
Yep.
Maybe multiple times a day.
I am guilty of doing it in the middle of the night.
You might do it before you go to bed and then really feel bad mentally because you've put on 3 pounds from the morning because you're full of water and food.
Yeah.
Duh.
Right.
When I told you I weighed 4 pounds more the next day, and I told my coach that I binged again like a week after that first
you have
binge.
to confess.
I had to, because I felt awful physically. She said, do not step on that scale for 4 days, is what she told me. 4 days, because it takes that long for the glycogen to deplete out of your body that holds water weight.
Tell us, what is glycogen?
Glycogen is stored in your muscles and your liver to give you energy for workouts.
All right.
And when you're severely depleted to get ready to step on stage, your glycogen is really, really low. That's why your energy sucks.
Okay.
So we carb load the week leading up to the show. And it's dates, it's sweet potatoes, it's rice, and then you pump up the muscles.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
Tell me the goals. What were your goals? Obviously muscle definition and being lean, but is it true that muscle weighs more than fat?
100%.
Okay, so tell me, start me from the beginning as far as your goals.
So 5 pounds of fat, let me pause, is this big.
Okay.
A football, maybe a little bigger.
Okay.
A pound of muscle, 5 pounds of muscle is this big.
Okay.
A giant avocado. Giant. So it takes up a lot less space in your clothes.
All right.
I call muscle the Spanx of our body.
Got it. I love it.
You could weigh the same, but you look tighter, you look leaner. And I love this trend these days that women are now not afraid to lift weights and do resistance training, because I've always lifted weights and people are always like, well, I can't do what you do. I'm going to be bulky. I'm like, girlfriend, you do not have enough testosterone to be bulky. You just don't. You might feel like you look bulky because you have fatty tissue covering the muscle that's growing and you look bigger. But shedding that fatty layer over the muscle was my goal. So I had a fine, thin layer of fat covering the muscle, and it was just slowly, healthily shed it away without depleting me too much. And we just did it faster than we thought we were. So that's why at the end, I was so depleted and ended up needing IV and stuff.
Yeah. But then you were okay after you had the IV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily a weight goal, but yet it was.
It was and it wasn't. It was more, do I still have my muscle? Am I presenting well? Can I stand up against all women that are half my age? Because there was a lot of competitors that were in their 20s. I'm in my 40s.
Yeah.
And they've never had children.
Makes a difference.
Their body can shed fat twice as fast. It's just a better metabolism at that age. And the goal is to just look strong, not to be scrawny and skinny.
Oh,
it's
no,
you
looked strong. I wouldn't mess with you.
Thanks. I try. I don't feel strong, but...
Well, you're tired now.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a recent post, you said, the prep almost broke me.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about how you were feeling then. And when was that in your 5-month prep?
That was a few times. It was probably during my birthday. It was probably during Christmas. And then it was again 3 weeks out from show when I ended up like under the weather, I call it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to enjoy food again. And then at the end of the day, you're asking, why the heck am I doing this?
Yeah.
Like, what is this all for?
Why did you do it?
It was
and
for
why
me.
Are you going to do it again in 2 weeks?
It was for me. Yeah. To say that I can be tough as nails if I need to be, and I can do anything I put my mind to. That's really what it is that we can do anything that we put our mind to.
Yes, it is true. The mind is so strong as long as we can shut the noise down.
Mm-hmm.
The negative influences, our own negative influence, as long as we can lift ourselves up and talk kindly to ourselves and give ourselves grace.
Yes,
right?
Lots of grace. I named my daughter Aubrey Grace because grace is everything in life, right? If you wouldn't say it to somebody else, why do you say it to yourself?
Agreed. You should talk to yourself like someone that you deeply love. Yeah. How many calories are you allowed to have now while you're prepping for your next show?
Right now, it's in a very restrictive, low state. It's like 1,500 to 1,600, but that's not maintainable long term.
Right.
My biggest piece of advice for women, though, if they're wanting to lose and start that journey to keep that food noise off, is that they have at least 25 to 30 grams of protein 4 to 5 times a day.
I love protein.
That will accelerate your body's ability to burn fat. You'll be able to maintain your lean muscle as you're strength training, and you'll be able to become lean while doing that.
Who supported you other than yourself and your coach during your training?
My kids, they were always like, Mom, why are you measuring this still? When are we going to go out for pizza? So we did that the day we got home from New Jersey from the show. We just ate and ate and ate, my kids. And Jeff, I was at the gym every night after work. So it was him, like he would be there making sure a kid was at practice but I still made sure everybody had dinner, and I still somehow managed to get my meals in and prep for all of that and make sure everybody else at home was fed. The kids were not there with me on stage at that day because we had a blizzard that weekend.
Oh my gosh.
It was the blizzard weekend. But he drove down after doing a home show. My friends were so supportive because this is very isolating. Bodybuilding can be very isolating because you can't eat out. You can't do anything around food. So I had lots of coffee dates.
Not to mention
coffee.
Support groups are filled with people who are going through the same thing that you're going through. That's kind of a little niche group of people, so I don't think there's support groups for bodybuilders.
There's Facebook groups, but I didn't have that. And I did not have any friends around me that were competing. So it was just me, myself, and I. And my friends who thought I was crazy but knew it was a dream, so they would never talk me out of it.
And you did it. How do you feel having done it?
Kind of like, I did that.
Badass.
Yeah,
you are badass.
I did that. My friends were so great. They were so supportive. They came and they cheered the loudest. Like you realize in life as you get older too who your true circle is and whether they build you up or break you down.
Yes. Yes. It goes back to that. Don't tell people that you think aren't going to support you. Don't tell them your dreams and goals because, they may not support you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that day. Did you work out that day?
I did not. No.
I wondered about that.
My workouts were very scarce the week before too.
Oh, to describe all that.
Yeah. No, we're
getting into the juicy stuff.
So my muscles were very flat, very dry. I was very, very lean. The whole week before, we just loaded me with carbohydrates, dates, were my best friend. They're so good heated with sweet potatoes. It felt like Sour Patch Kids.
Oh my God, that sounds good.
Rice and a lot of rice cakes.
Okay.
And we cut my protein in half.
Okay.
So I was eating very low protein for what I was used to. And then we upped my carbs by 60 to 100 grams.
What did that do to you physically? How did you feel? How did that make your body feel?
Oh, I felt high. I felt like, really? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like a sugar high almost.
Okay.
Because it's a euphoria of carbohydrates flooding your system.
Okay.
And that's the dopamine response that we get from food.
Right.
Which food is dopamine for us. It's supposed to do that. It's very healing. And then it helped fill my muscles out. So they weren't as flat and dry.
Okay.
So the muscles that I did have looked more full.
Okay.
So that's what they do.
Yeah, they sure did.
Well, that's what bodybuilders do. You wouldn't think, like, they're flat and depleted the week before, and then they load carbs. There's no limiting water either. Like, people think that, you have to dehydrate.
Yeah.
No, we had plenty of water. We ate lots of carbs. And I had Sour Patch Kids waiting for me right off the stage when I was done.
How did you choose the competition in New Jersey?
It was the closest one, the soonest one, because I started October 28th, and I didn't take time to build enough muscle before the show. I should have gone into a bulk before if I wanted to be more competitive, and I didn't. I was already kind of lean. So we chose the soonest show so that I could come off of prep as soon as I could.
Okay.
Because I can't stay in this state forever.
Right. How were you mentally that day, that morning when you woke up, the night before, the week leading up to? Were you nervous?
I wasn't. No. Okay. I was like, I've been practicing. I had my posing coach. I had a nutrition coach.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about the poses.
Oh, the posing is really hard.
Okay.
That's the hardest part, honestly. Turning your body into a way that it looks angelic and graceful and lean. And then you get these 2 layers of tan on you, and you're just like walking around like this all the time. It is a lot, Lisa.
Yeah. So it's hair, makeup, tanning, changing the way you're eating. And then when did you drive down the night before?
Friday we drove down. The show was Sunday. So I was there for a full day before.
It's a good time.
And I didn't take anybody with me, just my friend, so that I could be clear and mentally.
And how was your communication with your coach? Was it more constant?
It was almost every hour. It was like every time I ate something, I had to weigh in and show her my body, because we needed to see how my body would fill out with the carbohydrates before I stepped on stage the real day. So it was every meal I had to send a photo. And a measurement on the scale.
Oh my gosh.
So full-time job.
Seriously, this is way more intense than I ever imagined. Yeah. And you knew this going into it.
I didn't know this prep week before show day was gonna look like that. No.
And you're gonna have to go through this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you see the lights and the glamour and the pretty bathing suits and the tan, and you're like, oh, that is no joke up there, what you see at that package that people put up there. They have blood, sweat, and tears.
No kidding. Yeah. And your bathing suit was really pretty. How did you pick it?
Tori, actually, I said to her, what color? I wanted purple, like a deep bluish purple. She said red, Stacie. No, you need to do red. And I really questioned her for months. Yeah. I asked a lot of people. I did surveys. I ordered red. And I told her from the beginning, I trust you. That's why I hired you. Yeah. And I went with red. And she was spot on.
So good.
Spot on.
So that day, first of all, how did you feel when the results were announced that you placed first in 35 plus?
It was such a whirlwind because there was a blizzard outside.
Yeah. And you're on a stage in a bikini.
Exactly. And they're like, we need to get this show over so everybody can go home and make it home safely before they close the highways. They called me out and I was like, wait, for what? Like, I didn't even know. And then I was like, wait, I did it. I just didn't even believe it, honestly. It was shocking.
What are you judged on?
How well you present yourself, and if your deltoids, you want to have an hourglass for the figure physique that I was going for. So you have to have deltoids, narrow, small waist, popping, bubbly glutes.
You got that, girl.
Mine were too small, but that is what they're looking for, is strong upper body, narrow waist, and a strong defined glute, not too many striations in the legs. So that was the look. That was the goal. And that's what they were judging me on.
Okay. Tell us about, I've got 4 other areas and categories that you placed in. So tell me what these are. What's second in open?
Open is I had to go against everybody that was there that day. Yeah. So
how many people are we talking?
I think there was 20 or like 18 girls.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And this is everybody, every age.
Yes.
Stop it.
22-year-old, 23-year-olds. And then there was gals that were 65 up there. They were incredible.
That is incredible. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can achieve and accomplish anything you put your mind to.
100%.
Tell me what third in novice is.
Novice is everybody's first time. So that was everybody up there that it was their first time presenting on stage. And that category it was all they were all younger than me. They were beautiful. Their butts were really bubbly and popping.
Well, your butt is really bubbly and popping.
They were stunning. Their work and their efforts, and
good for you. Okay, and the last one, fourth in debut.
Debut is kind of like novice. It's also your first time.
Okay.
So very similar to novice.
Was there a camaraderie with all the other people who were competing?
Behind stage?
Yeah.
Yeah. You look amazing. You did so well. All of that.
Yeah. And everybody knows the work that had to be put in to get to that point.
We're all getting our tans the day before. We're all naked because you can't have any tan lines. And you're just in admiration for these females' physiques that you know what the heck they had to do to get there.
Yeah.
And you tell them because you need to be told that you look good, because your mindset is they're going to judge me based off of everything I think I don't have.
That's life.
Yep.
We need validation, unfortunately, right? Because women feel like we're not good enough no matter what, even when your body looks like yours.
You know what I've learned too is through this, like if I see something about a woman that I love, I'm going to tell her.
Me too.
Even if I don't know you and I'm at the grocery store.
You can make a huge difference in someone's day just by paying them a compliment. Seriously, I do it all the time because I know how it makes me feel.
Yeah.
And you will see their face light up like it's the best thing anyone's ever said to them. It's a beautiful thing to do.
You could save someone's life by doing that.
No kidding.
You really can.
I mean, have you ever missed an opportunity to compliment somebody and then you were like, darn it, I wish I would have said something.
Every day.
Yeah.
And so now I'm more conscious of it.
Me too.
Because there's a good and there's a light inside every single person.
I agree with you.
That you can pull out.
Yeah. Yeah. You wrote, your body is a delayed representation of who you are. What did you mean by that?
I think what you were talking about earlier when you were going through your caregiving journey. Overnight, you didn't gain a few pounds and become sleep deprived. It was a representation of what your body was carrying for all of those months, right? And then a delayed response, you're not in a place where you feel comfortable anymore. You want to feel healthy again. It's always going to take time, but whether it be trauma, whether it be abuse, or whether it be nourishment, your body will talk to you and it will tell you and it will show you. What is it going to show you? How have you been treating it?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by that.
I love that. And I was in a really bad place then physically. I mean, emotionally, of course, mentally, spiritually, all of it.
100%.
But physically too, I was 20 pounds heavier and I didn't even really know it. I really didn't know it. But I look at pictures of me now, I'm like, wow, my body really was representative of what was happening. It's so true. And your body is really representative of what you've been through.
Yeah.
So in 2 weeks, you're going to do another show. Where's this show?
Shelton. Connecticut.
Oh, so you don't have to drive too far?
No.
Okay.
Local, thank God.
Okay. Do you know the competitors before you go?
No.
You just show up.
You show up and you're like, am I bringing the best? Am I competitive enough? Oh, the self-doubt sets in real big before you get there.
But you know how to combat that.
I've done the work.
Yep.
I did my part.
Yes.
I am worthy and I am capable. That's it. Over and over and over.
Love it. What will you do after that show? I mean, other than binge?
We're gonna celebrate and go out to dinner afterwards. And then I'm gonna go on a different nourishing journey with this body and refuel it.
Okay.
And grow it and feed it in a healthy way.
Nice.
And nourish and fuel other women's bodies. That is my ultimate goal, Lisa, is just for women to live an optimal life through nourishment, physically, spiritually, mentally, food-wise.
It is my nemesis. I mean, I think I eat healthy. I do make healthy choices. I'm going to choose a salad, over something I'm not going to put butter all over everything.
Yeah.
I am a good healthy eater, but I am a chronic weigher. I do avoid carbs. I do all the things you tell me that I shouldn't do. So maybe we need to have a conversation because you are very versed in nutrition. How much of your knowledge did you gain from 14? And how much did you gain through this bodybuilding process and learning to be a coach yourself?
From 14 till 5 months ago, I knew I could recite to you any calorie count of any food on the planet, any macro count. I studied it when I was sick. I really did. And then I learned how to maintain my body through 3 pregnancies, nourish them, make healthy babies while I was making a baby, and then how to feed my body when I was still breastfeeding for a year after each baby. So I became a walking dictionary of food. And I knew what our bodies need to feel healthy. So
you love learning too. I can tell.
I do. Yeah. That was easy. The nutrition piece was easy. Prepping, though, the last 5 months, I've had disordered eating too, on and off my whole life. We all have. Prepping the last 5 months helped change my relationship with carbohydrates. You mentioned that multiple times.
Yeah.
Where bread is bad. And I have girlfriends that have a carbohydrate fear.
Me too.
We all do.
We went out to dinner last night and they brought the basket of bread and I didn't touch it. And Jonathan ate the whole loaf.
And it's my favorite part now.
He doesn't gain a pound ever. He has the worst nutrition and the worst exercise and he gains nothing. I look at that bread and I get on the scale and I'm, well, we know why now. You've taught me why.
He's probably not doing any binging because the food noise might not be there because he nourishes and listens to the signals like, I want to have bread, so I'm going to have bread.
Yeah, that's right.
Have the bread.
That's right.
Have the olive oil on the bread. It's even more satisfying.
Yeah. I'll do the olive.
And because you had a little bit of fat with the bread, it turns down your hunger signals because the fat helps carbohydrate process better.
You are not only a badass, but a smarty pants.
I love it. But so I learned a lot about carbs over these last 5 months because during carb loading weeks, that did magical things. My body kept losing weight. I lost 4 pounds through carb loading.
I would love to eat a bunch of carbs and lose weight.
I was like, Tori, is this supposed to happen? You're giving me more carbs, less protein, and I'm losing weight. She's like, it's signaling to your body that it's safe. Because it lowers your cortisol. Because if you restrict, your body's just holding on to everything you're eating, thinking you're starving it. When you give it a carbohydrate, it's signaling safety.
Okay.
It's letting go of stress. If you let go of stress, you can let go of weight. If you're super high stress all the time, you won't lose a pound.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I've learned so much here today.
I'm glad.
If there's someone like me who is a chronic weigher, what advice would you give that person? It's an addiction. I feel like it's an addiction. What advice? Give me and everybody listening who's like me some advice to be healthier about that addiction.
About the scale?
Yeah.
Women are hormonal creatures. Our bodies can fluctuate 5 pounds in an entire week, which is crazy. Men's bodies change maybe a pound or 2 in a week.
In their lifetime.
Exactly. But we could go up 5 pounds in a day.
Yeah.
So what is the real truth behind that scale? Your value is not in a number. Ever. But if you put the scale away and you hide it and you know Sunday is my weekly weigh-in, or maybe it's not Monday because you do your night out for date night on Saturday or Sunday. Maybe Friday is your weekly weigh-in day. And the scale is gone and it's underneath the cabinet. And you put a little reminder, Friday morning I'm going to weigh myself once a week. Then you have a really nice, steady set of numbers to go off of over a month-long period of time.
That feels like a big bite for me.
That's a goal, though.
That's a big bite. Yes, that's okay. So that's a goal. I don't need to get there today. I can maybe do every other day, or maybe promise myself I'll only weigh myself once a day. I mean, baby steps, right?
And what's the point of weighing at night when you have food in you? That's just going to really mess you up.
You're always a pound or 2 heavier at night, right?
No, like 3 or 4.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so I can keep dreaming about being the number being smaller.
What does that number mean to you?
I don't know. I just shared with a friend that, I want to get down to this number for the wedding. And she's like, why? And I didn't have an answer.
Yeah.
Because it's a number I haven't been in decades. I don't know. Why? I feel healthy. I feel good. I fit in all my clothing.
You look stunning.
Thank you. So I don't know what it is. It's just this habit, I guess. And I know that I am not alone.
You're not.
No.
But nobody, and John included, are going to look at you any differently if you're a size different than you are today.
That is so true.
Not one.
It's how do I feel?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel fabulous. I feel healthy and good.
That noise it's so loud for so many women. And it's going back to our childhood. What were the habits that
Finish your dinner. Eat it all. You're not getting up until you're finished.
Yeah. My daughter knows, like, if I'm full, she knows if I'm full, we don't need to finish our dinner.
Yeah.
But if you couldn't finish your dinner, why can you have dessert?
I totally agree with that.
We have a balance of, we have dessert a lot in our house, but she knows if I was too full for my dinner, Mom's going to say I'm too full for dessert too.
Yeah. Right. Yep. I get that.
But body image starts at home as a child. And I try to instill in her, having a daughter who is around society now with social media everywhere and the clothes these young girls are wearing today, they can have such distorted images of what a healthy body looks like. And skinny is coming back again. You see a lot of these stars on the GLP-1s.
Awful.
And teaching her that to be healthy is to be fit and strong. It's not to be skinny.
Strength.
We eat for fuel.
Strength is such a better message and a healthier message. Strength and health is so much better than emaciated and skinny.
Yeah. And we look at, like, fruit is God's candy. Like, fruit is candy.
It's so delicious. I love fruit.
It's so freaking good.
Yeah, it's so good. Well, especially when you don't have any kind of sugar.
Yes. You're like dates or Sour Patch Kids.
I want to wish you the best of luck in your next competition. And
thank you.
I can't wait to hear how you do.
Thank you.
And I know that it's not about the physical win.
Yeah.
It is about the victory of having done it.
Correct. Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. This was just fascinating for me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you know someone who's standing on the starting line and may need a little motivation, share this episode with them. And I have a question for you. What positive self-talk has helped you to reach a goal? Head over to joywithlisa.com and tell us all about it. And remember, we all have a choice. Choose peace, choose joy, and don't be a miserable cow. Until next time, bye.
Thanks for spending this time with us on the Don't Be a Miserable Cow podcast with your host, Lisa Marshall. If you're looking for a little more guidance or encouragement, you can find Lisa's books, Find Joy, No Regrets, and Oh, Hello, Alzheimer's. And if you'd like to support the show or learn more about Lisa and her guests, visit us at joywithlisa.com.